Hey guys, going live again today. Gonna do a short little stream on what I found today and what came in the mail recently. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a few things that I picked up just before I sell it, because I'm going to be selling um, all this stuff probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and show a few things on stream. I'm just gonna hang out for a minute, let some people join in. Just getting started here. It's a nice and hot day today in California. Going to be going to the flea market tomorrow. So hopefully we do all right at the flea market tomorrow. There's usually not much that I find there. Um, but it's good to go to the flea market and see what's going on and how people are doing. I see a lot of my friends at the flea market, so get to find out how the market's going. But I'll go ahead and show a few things. I did get a white gold little bracelet here. And this was a no wait listing, and it just said 14 karat gold bracelet. So I picked it up. It was $225. So I bought this and I just got it in today, and I weighed it up, and it's like 10.1 grams. So it's got about $365 value. So definitely a nice little profit on that one. I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you like markings and stuff, but you can see I've got yellow from the acid testing. You guys see the mark at all? It's upside down. This is Mexico. 14K. That's a nice little bracelet. Just a scrap piece, pretty much. And I'm going to talk about some pocket watches because I bought a few pocket watches. And I've kind of taken them apart a little bit already. So here's one. And here's the movement. This is a Waltham pocket watch. You see that? It's pretty nice. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's some hairline cracks to the porcelain dial, which is pretty common. But the hands are there. The movement works. And it's got like the red outer dial and the sub-seconds with the red as well, which is a little bit nicer, but those hairlines kind of make it to where it's not going to be worth my time to really do much with it. It's just a, I think this is a 17 jewel Riverside. It's a small size pocket watch. I think this is a zero size. So what I want to talk about with pocket watches is just kind of judging how much gold is in them, because a lot of times I buy a lot of these because most of the time people don't know how much gold is in a pocket watch like this. And this one I actually got lucky on, so it's a really small size pocket watch, so you would think that there wouldn't be a lot of gold, but I can get it open. Let's see. Maybe not. There's the, let's see if I can show you the mark. So it says warranted to assay 14 karat gold. This is a solid 14 karat gold case. And what's good about this one is actually on the inside here, on the inside of this frame is all solid gold instead of having metal in there. Sometimes when you get these pocket watches, there's actually a metal spring that's inside of this frame, which will add weight. That's not gold. So this one I got lucky that it's actually a solid gold interior. This I paid $300 for, and when I first got it, I was like, "Oh boy, this is not good. It's too small, right? 300 bucks." But this current weight with the crystal in here and the top parts is about 15 and a half grams. So there's going to be more than 10 grams, probably 12 or so grams of gold in here. So one of the things you got to is the crystal, right? So that's going to have some weight. And I will take it out, or my gold guy will probably take it out to get a better weight. But I told him I had some pocket watches, and he said to leave them kind of intact because he wanted some pocket watches. But this crystal probably weighs maybe 2 grams. It's really not going to weigh that much. A lot of times you'll see people discount how much weight is in this glass crystal by too much. I used to think there would be like 5 grams in a crystal like this, but there isn't. And then there's also metal parts in here. And the bow, this is called the bow, is usually not solid gold either, unless it's stamped on the bow that it's solid gold. It's usually like gold filled. It may be solid gold on this one, but you're going to lose maybe half a gram at most. And this this little the knob on top here is like kind of covered in gold. So you can separate everything, and then the other non-gold parts are going to be the hinge pins. So there, normally I would completely strip this down to just get my gold weight, because my gold guy just, I mean, he'll discount more than he should because that's how he makes some money. And yeah, so I actually ended up doing pretty well on this one. So that's that pocket watch. It does have an engraving as well. So, you know, as far as would I scrap this or not, I would call this a scrap watch because small size, not really a highly jeweled movement. The dial has some issues. It's engraved. So it's got some negatives for a true collector on as far as what they would want. So yeah, I would just consider that scrap pretty much. And then I got, what else did I get? Some other scrap stuff. These are a little bit bigger. So look at these. I got these weird pins. I don't know. I bought these as scrap. These are 14 karat gold pins. They're really weird. I don't know if anyone's seen anything like that before. It's like a modernist, I don't know, maybe mid-century thing. And it is stamped on the back here. 14K, and it says hand wrought 14K, and then it has a maker's mark. But it's yeah, I don't know, just something I would scrap. So between the two of these, well, no signature. No signature on what? I don't know. So these have markings on them. I don't know what the marking says because the marking's rubbed as far as the maker's mark. I wish these were signed by some famous person, but I don't know. To me, they're just scrap. So these are 28.8 grams of solid 14 karat, and I paid $825, and there's about 1,050 in gold here. So there's those. If you have any questions, go ahead and shout them out in the chat. I'll try and read them. Let's see. Here is an 18 karat gold. Is there one on the crab? That kind of looks like a crab, huh? What do people say? This one? Yeah, it has a signature. It has like just a stamping right here that's rubbed. And you can only read about half of it. And it says hand wrought 14K. They're by somebody for sure. They're definitely a designer, but I don't know which designer, and I couldn't find them in my research. They're by somebody, but I mean they're gold. What are you gonna do? Here's like a piece that I took apart today and just popped out the stones. This is 18 karat gold, and it's missing the clasp, and it's just got a little hang tag. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little one of these double I hang tags that says 750. This is one that I bought that I was a little bit concerned with because it had some CZ stones in it, and I get kind of worried when there's CZ stones and it's supposed to be 18 karat gold. But this is 18 karat. I tested it really well and took it apart. So Yeah, no worries there. That is 5.7 grams. Paid 225, 230, something like that, and it's got about 270, 280 in gold. So we'll make just a little bit of money on that, and that's just scrap. And what else did I get? Just some other scrap stuff. I got another little 10 karat circle there. And just a little chain, some other things. And then this is the other pocket watch I got. So this one's pretty cool. This was described as 18 karat gold plated. That's what the listing said. But I could clearly see that there was an 18 karat stamp on it. Do people on eBay buy lots of scrap gold filled jewelry? Do they somehow get the gold off? Yeah, they get the gold off. Basically, you just take those gold filled and you put them in acid and you leave it overnight. Acid dissolves the gold. Then you use a chemical process to get that gold off and melt it down into pure gold. Yeah, you can just refine it. Like, it's a chemical process, but you can do it. In the 90s, when gold was cheap, many lesser-known artists made a ton of gold jewelry for sale at art fairs. Yeah, a lot of stuff. People don't really realize how much cheaper gold used to be. I mean, they used to sell big gold bracelets at like Sears or like little shopping malls and stuff where you could buy gold necklaces for $20. I mean, yeah, gold used to be really cheap. Same with silver. I mean, silver used to be $6, $7 an ounce. I mean, so you would find all kinds of silver stuff. But here's this 18 karat gold, and maybe you can see that, but right there it has an 18 karat gold mark. And when I got this in the mail today, I was pretty happy because I could already tell right away that it was large. So that I immediately knew was gold as well. I mean, you guys can probably see on the screen, right? I mean, this just definitely looks like gold. So this is by Tobias, M.I. Tobias. Not sure how well you guys can see it. So this cover here is not gold, obviously. So this is how it looks, in the whole case. And the glass, the crystal that it came with is not the right size. It doesn't fit properly into the case. It just falls through. But yeah, I paid $350 for this. And this right here weighs 17 grams. So there is a little bit of metal in the hinge here in the top. That's not gold. And again, the bow may not be gold. We'll see. But yeah, so for $350, this has at least 15 grams of 18 karat in it. And then one of the things I wasn't sure is if this dial is 18 karat gold. I don't know if anyone knows the answer to that. If anyone can tell me in the comments. Is this dial solid 18 karat gold? There's the side. It looks like it's 18 karat gold. And I would think that it is, given its age. And I've seen these kind of dials before. Here's the movement. This is a cylinder movement. You can spot a cylinder movement pretty obviously by all these little bridge plates here. And then it's also a key wound, so it needs a key to wind. I don't know if it's running or not because I don't have a key. I probably do have a key somewhere. I'm sure I could use pliers or something to wind that, but to me, I'm really more concerned with the gold here. But yeah, nothing too fancy of a movement. You really want the more complicated movements, the ones with a solid gold cover, the ones that have a chain drive, something like that for cylinder movements. So this is not really a high grade movement. It should be all engraved. This whole thing should be engraved for a high grade movement. This just really isn't that high grade of a movement. But really nice dial. I've seen these kind of dials before. They'll be all engraved with all kinds of scenery. This one's pretty plain for this type of dial. It's just an ornate decoration. And same with the decoration on the back. There's nothing really ornate about that. There's no scene or anything like that. But that's a pretty big sized thing. So this has about $700 worth of gold here. So yeah, that's really nice for what I paid for it. It's supposed to be plated. It's obviously not. I kind of knew it wasn't. And I mean, it has the markings on the inside, and you can see pretty clearly that this is gold. So yeah, there's a cool piece right there. I'm not getting too many people in here today. I had a little bit more yesterday. How's everyone doing? Chat, you awake there? It's all good. I'll show just a few tools that I use. Sometimes I get questions about what kind of tools I use for things. So one of the things is a really nice set of needle nose pliers. Some really fine ones. They make jewelry ones. I got these in an estate sale. I use these a lot for taking apart all that kind of stuff. And I have more tools. This is a watch case opener, and I use this occasionally. Most of the time I'll use like a screwdriver or something, but I do have an actual one. Here's like a jeweler's hammer. So it has a metal end and a rubber end. I'll use this for popping out stones a lot of the time. Here's a watch case holder, and I use it for punching out stones quite a bit too. I'll use this as a block. But this you just screw down and it will move this in, and you can hold a watch case, and the crown will fit in here, and you can, do whatever you need to do to the watch. So I use that sometimes. I have one of these. I don't really use this ever, but this is for replacing watch links. And you can buy all this stuff really cheaply on Amazon. This is for changing out links in most modern watches. You just put the bracelet in here, and you punch out the pin that is holding the link together. So I use that sometimes. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I picked up at estate sales. So here's like a little mini vise that I'll use occasionally to hold things, and it has like an end to where you can put this on like a vise. I think this actually goes onto like a bigger vise, but I'll use this occasionally. I need to get a set of these, but this is for screwback style watches. So this is what you use to properly get off a screwback style watch, but a lot of times I'll use a different tool for that. You also want to have, let's see what else I've got in here, a set of precision screwdrivers. So I use these for watches quite often. I actually need to order a new set of blades. So you can buy replacement watch tips, and they're all like color coded and stuff. These are by Bracelet, and they're kind of expensive, but you want a set of these for taking apart watches for sure. And I use a pair of like really fine needle nose tweezers quite a bit. These are some things that you're going to want if you really start getting into taking apart stuff, scrapping stuff, if you want to harvest like the gemstones, things like that. A lot of times I'll use this. Someone gave me these, but I have a whole set of different punches. It's like a huge bag of different punches that somebody gave me, and there are some that have like holes in them, so you can actually get them around the bottom of a stone, a diamond or something like that, and not damage it. Try to not damage it. Sometimes you will chip stones, but yeah, I use these different punches sometimes. And of course the diamond tester, I'll use this sometimes. I'm actually using this a lot more, so I'm getting a lot more diamonds than I used to. And then of course a scale. I have a scale, mine's beat up and I need a new one. A nice loop. I actually have a bunch of different magnifiers. Um, get yourself a couple of good different size. You can get a 10 times loop, a 3 times, 6 times, 30 times loop. You can get those little head visors. There's like just regular magnifying glasses that work. I have like all kinds of different. I have like a scientific magnifier that I use sometimes. Uh, yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys about what I found in the last couple of days, and then show you guys a couple of tools and some watches. Um, hopefully, I'll have more next week. I'm sure I will. And we're going to be going to the flea market tomorrow. So hopefully some big scores there. I'm going to go really early tomorrow. And I usually don't stay at the flea market for too long because it just turns into a madhouse after a couple of hours. So I'll be going there and see if I can find anything. So you guys have a good weekend.